Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Deconstructing the Dark Passenger podcast, the podcast about all things Dexter. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
And today we're talking about Season 3, Episode 8, The Damage a Man Can Do, which is quite a bit, it turns out. I learned in this episode that Dexter doesn't understand basketball at all.
We knew that, though.
He's like, oh, point thing, basketball, sportsman. It was bad what that guy did.
Yeah.
Well, they're having pizza and beer at Dexter's apartment, watching a basketball game. Dexter's like, get that ball.
It's really funny when he's like, what's SPN over here? And Dexter's like, I don't know, one of the high numbers.
Yeah. They're talking about this Billy Fleeter guy. Billy Fleeter was a football player, ended up having a gambling problem. The way he solves his gambling problem is by killing people.
Yeah, when his debts get too deep, he makes kills for the bookie.
Yeah.
On people who I'm guessing are deeper.
I guess so. Or not as deep. I don't know. It seems like bad business to me. I would be not good in the mafia because I'm like, why would you kill people that still owe you money?
Kill them, you take their money. I don't know.
Well, no, that's not how it works. And they're just somebody else gets their money probably. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Miguel wants to go up this Fleeter guy, and he wants to tell Dexter all about it, and he grabs Dexter's laptop, and Dexter's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Settle down, big boy. And Miguel's like, oh, yeah, it's encrypted.
Yeah, he asks, oh, yes, your privacy issues. I'm like, sir, this is anybody's privacy issues. What are you talking about?
The minute I saw him going towards the desk, I'm like, where is he? What's he doing? Like,
Dexter,
did he bring his own laptop?
Dexter got this look on his face like you just took food out of a dog's mouth. He's like, wait, whoa. Bring that back. What are you doing? So that's what they're doing. The sights are set on this Billy Fleeter guy now. All right.
Well, Miguel's are,
which is appropriate because Dexter, I mentioned in another episode, I never realized, I think Michael C. Hall is an average sized guy.
Yeah.
I never realized what a big dude Jimmy Smits is.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Smits should definitely be the one taking point on this football player takedown. But anyway, Dexter is with Rita and the kids later. Rita is just being kind of fussy and wild right now.
It's pregnancy.
Rita's going through some stuff with her pregnancy hormones. We have a little scene with Deb and Anton here that I hate. I understand she's a cop. I get that. But she's at his place having breakfast, getting some cereal, and I don't know why he keeps his weed in his cereal. I guess this is as good a place as any.
I thought it was kind of ingenious.
I mean, I guess so, but then your Cocoa Puffs taste like weed. Because that thing was not, like, sealed up or anything.
I mean, does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because when I want Cocoa Puffs, I want Cocoa Puffs, not weed. Maybe I want Cocoa Puffs after the weed, but I don't... I don't want it all together.
Or before.
Or before, but not during, not all at once. It's like people that have to have their stuff on their plate separated, you know?
Yeah, the weird people.
Yeah. So this is weird to me. Now, I see other shows from this time period, and I don't know if they just want to insert weed as, instead of talking about actual drugs like cocaine and heroin and whatever else. Weed is as bad as everything else. And again, I understand she's a cop, but as a cop, in a homicide, wouldn't she be like, oh yeah, my pothead musician boyfriend smokes weed. Shocker.
Yeah. She knows he's still smoking.
Yeah. And she acts all like, oh no. Oh
indignant
no.
about
I've
it.
seen weed. I can't look at him in the eye now.
Yeah.
It's not like his fentanyl and his...
And he got up and walked by her and saw she was pulling cereal out of that box and didn't even bother to say anything or grab it and be like, oh, let me pour you a bowl or something.
Because he didn't think it was a big deal. He thought she was a grown-up. He was mistaken. This is a mistake that a lot of Deb's boyfriends make, thinking she's a grown-up. Like, oh no, sorry, you're not. So, Deb had this revelation last episode that whoever the Skinner is, they're using tree trimming as a cover for drafting off the investigation. Because everywhere they go, every time they go to talk to a witness, there's palm fronds everywhere.
Yeah, she pulled an all-nighter to figure this one out.
Metric fuck ton of caffeine.
Yeah.
Every tree trimmer in Miami is in the station right now. And Angel and Gianna are making out in the elevator, and it's just wild. There's always something going on at Miami Metro.
They just kissed.
Dexter and Miguel are stalking Fleeter. Where is this? Is this a sports bar, or is this like a casino, or what is this place?
I think it's a casino.
It's a really little casino, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's got slot machines. It looked like it had some tables because he was playing at a table at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks just like any casino.
It looked just like a very small casino.
Yeah, I mean, probably really small.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess Miami has casinos.
I don't know the state of the casinos in Miami back then. But anyway, so Dexter is not really... okay, Dexter talks about his code. He kind of drops the word casually around Miguel too much, but he doesn't tell him where it's coming from. He doesn't say, yes, this was the thing my father raised me. He explains it for what it really is. Okay, it's not some mystical wisdom handed down from Harry. What it is common sense and police procedure.
Yes.
Like, that is it. Use those things to not get caught.
You got to figure out what your police procedure is, but common sense is you don't grab somebody after somebody just said hello to you.
Right. They're going to have this conversation because everybody knows Miguel. Like,
well, I mean, he's
which
a
is
DA.
That doesn't make any sense. I could not tell you as a person in the legal field. I would not pick our ADA off the street, any of them off the street. I couldn't in a lineup. I couldn't tell you who they were.
I mean, I don't know if I could. I know one of them's name, but that's
I couldn't. Yeah,
and that's just because he was mentioned in an article.
They're acting like this guy is. Might as well have the fucking president walking in. And everybody's like, hey.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not realistic.
And he gets free drinks and food everywhere.
Nobody. The only people that are going to know him are people that work directly with him.
Which was like the guy at the courthouse that gave him the free coffee.
Or, people he's prosecuted who are definitely not going to be glad to see him. But they need to make the point.
Yeah, because, I mean, even if it was just a family friend that saw him and said hi.
It's right. So now he's been seen at this casino, which is the last place Billy Fleeter's been seen. So now they can't kill him now because somebody can put Miguel there. Mm-hmm. So that's what Dexter's like, no, we cannot do it. And Miguel's like, oh, come on. Dexter's like, no.
And he asked him, he's like, who is that guy? Miguel's like, I don't know. He knew you, though.
Yeah.
He said your name.
Well, that's the problem. Like, that's the problem with treating this ADA like a rock star. I mean, realistically, the average person that does not have any dealings with the criminal justice system has no idea who this guy is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Harry gets on Dexter. Harry's like, Dexter, come on now. Like, this guy's a mess. Come on. Deb, she wants to look into... I don't know what her deal is. This whole thing with the weed and the cereal has set her off on a tangent. If this was their intention with the weed and the cereal bit, this is some weak writing here because this gets her to asking Quinn about Anton's busts and stuff. I'm like, why does any of this... It's just dumb. If you were worried about this guy, you already knew he smoked weed. You knew he was a musician. You got to run a background check at any point. Why does the weed and the cereal trigger you? Why are you talking directly to Joey about it? They needed this conversation to happen. It was weak sauce. But again, it's fine. I'm just like, it kind of frustrated me.
I think it should have happened sooner.
It should have happened sooner.
Like when Joey said, use my CI.
Yes.
Her question should have been, okay, you have a CI. What was he busted for?
Right.
And this is what do I need to watch for? Is he going to be shooting up when we're talking?
Well, yes, because he smokes marijuana, which clearly means he has a secret heroin habit.
Well, I'm just
saying that's her logic. Well, oh God, he's got weed. He's definitely got a dead baby in the freezer too. Whatever, man. But anyway, this is how we find out that Joey never actually busted Anton for anything. Nope. He was going to, but he's like, hey, look, man, you're going to be my CI. None of this has to happen, So Anton takes the deal. He's off the books, quote unquote, off the books. That's a very easy way of putting it. We'll get more into that.
Yeah, I mean, if he ever got arrested and he's like, I'm a CI, and they start looking it up and asking him shit.
Nope, he is not a CI. Yeah. Maria and Ellen, what is going on with this? They don't ever know what to do with Maria. Are they going on a date? What's happening here?
Okay, the first time we ever watched this, this is my 4th or 5th watch through of Dex. I'm not going to lie. Love it. But every time that I start with this season and they start putting them two together, I'm like, I have that naggy feeling in the back of my head. Are they trying to put them together? What's going on?
I mean, was that the plan?
I kind of wonder. Like, don't you, the way the scenes with them two play out, it makes you think.
It mostly just seems like it's just friends, but then when she's asking her to be her +1 to this policeman's ball, it's like, girl, come on.
Yeah.
The passion, as Angel would say. So this has got to be awkward for Ellen. She's a defense attorney going to this big police officer's shindig. I'm like, oh, I bet that's where she wants to be right now.
She agrees to go.
But she goes. I think her and Maria are kind of mending their fences here. You know, we meet this guy, George King. And we had met him previously.
Yes.
He's a supervisor of one of these guys that had found one of the Skinner's victims. And he is in there with Deb and Quinn. And they're talking about Mario, right? Mario was the guy that had seen the first victim.
Mario.
No, he's not Italian. It's not that kind of Mario.
We're not talking about Mario and Luigi.
No, we're not talking about Mario and Luigi. Well, they're both from Nicaragua. They did not just start working together. They have a history. In the meantime, Dexter is obsessing about Miguel and Fleeter, and Rita is so unhinged right now. Her brain is just soaking in baby juices. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And she calls him, and she's like, I heard a love song on the radio, and it reminded me of you, and I got mad because we still don't have wedding bands. He's like, what the fuck? I mean, just settle. Rita, calm down.
This is not the time for her to be planning a wedding.
Yeah, for sure. Dexter asked Deb about the wedding bands, and she's like, yeah, wedding bands and nuclear fusion.
They're my specialties.
Yes. And I do like this. She has this great scene with Quinn. She does confront him about Anton being not a CI. He's not officially a CI.
Yeah, she's like, I need a CI number.
Yes. And Quinn kind of likes, like, wait a minute. Are you fucking Anton? He's starting to put the pieces all together. And she calls him out, like this Yuki stuff that with internal affairs, and she calls him out on that. And he's like, no, me and Yuki were not doing the deed. What are you talking about? She says this thing about kicking your nuts down your throat. And he just starts laughing at her. He's like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. You gotta rip them off and then force them down the throat. If you're kicking in an upward motion. They're gonna go through his throat, out his mouth. Yeah. So, yeah.
Dexter and Miguel, they're in Billy Fleer's house. They need their evidence, right? Dexter needs everything he needs for the code. He needs to know that Billy's doing this, and he needs to know that he might do it again. He will do it again.
Yeah.
This is funny. Dexter's picking the lock. He's like, I'm trying to make it not look easy. Okay, but to somebody that's never picked a lock before, the fact that you get it in under 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
They confirm everything.
They find the bat in the umbrella holder next to the
Yes.
door that's got blood on it.
They found his bet book, and Dexter just has this moment because Harry's voice is in his head the whole time, and he's like, you don't get to have friends, you gotta just walk away and whatever. Dexter's like, fuck you, Dad. He's going through this delayed adolescence, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna do what you tell me. Yeah. He's working through a lot with his father this season, with his dead father this season. Rita is just still, she's not just taking out Dexter, she's lashing out at Syl too. Because Dexter wants steak, because they're talking about the menu. Dexter wants steak, Rita doesn't want steak.
She's like, we'll just have steak hors d'oeuvres, and a steak soup, and a steak supper, and with a steak cake. And I'm just like, wow, you took that way too far.
And then Deb tells Anton that he's free. And he's like, yes, ever since Abe Lincoln. She's like, no.
I love that one. When he said that, I just busted out.
Yeah. But she's like, no, you're not a CI anymore. She's kind of covering up for Joey here, because it shouldn't say you were never a CI. She's like, no, you're just not a CI anymore. There was a clerical error. Yeah. And he doesn't want his protective detail anymore.
Yeah.
Which is not smart. But okay. I love this scene. Dexter takes Miguel to the hardware store. This is a very strange thing. He's so cute. He's so excited about showing somebody else how to do this, you know. Like, we got to get you a kill kit together. He's like, well, first he grabs this life vest. And he's like, you can't just load up on axes and machetes. I'm like, okay, so you're walking through this hardware store.
Yeah. I liked Miguel's thought, though, there. Because Dex is like, how did you think it was going to go down? He's like, I just thought I'd shoot him.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Well, Dexter's like, guns are bad. They create a crime scene.
Yeah.
That you can't control. Because once the bullet's out of the gun, you can't control it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't have an exit, you're fucked.
I think this is funny, though, because so you buy this life vest, and then you buy plastic wrap and tape and rope and machetes and whatever else. I'm like, okay, so if I'm working at a hardware store, you bring this through my line. I'm like, okay, what's the life vest for? Because the rest of it is obviously to kill and kidnap somebody.
You would think that. Me, I'd be like, tape, plastic wrap, life vest. Yeah. What's going on with this boat?
We got the flexi tape.
Taping something up. You got some plastic and keep the water out or something. You know,
this is not. Just get a new boat if that's what's happening. They go to the slot machine storage. It's right near the casino where all the old slot machines are going to die. And Dexter just kind of busts in, and Miguel's like, "Oh, you're getting better at picking locks." So like we're getting these little subtle clues all throughout that Dexter is missing about how deep Miguel's really into everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ella and Maria, they're making fun of this policeman's ball or whatever they were at.
There is no bar.
No bar.
I mean, a cop thing with no bar.
Any forced event like that where there's no bar is bad.
I mean,
you gotta give people an outlet.
There should have been alcohol.
There should have been alcohol. But there wasn't, so they have to go to the bar afterwards. And Ellen's trying to pick up on this bartender who's, I can't tell, he's quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, Ellen's probably in her 40s, and this guy's probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awkward because he seems like he's not too into her, but he kind of is because he wants his tips, you know. But anyway, Miguel shows up they're at Fleeter's bar again, and Dexter says he looks like the Unabomber.
Yeah, Dexter told him to dress casual. He dressed like the Unabomber. He's got like black clothes, a black hat, black sunglasses.
Yeah. like literally, if suspicion was a person, it's this thing.
Yeah.
And this is where somebody says, recognize, even with all that bullshit, somebody
walks by him and says, "Hey,
Mr. Prado," or something.
Or, "Hi, Mr. Prado." And Dex just stops. He's like, "Who was that?"
Who was that? Yeah.
Miguel's like, "I don't know." He's like, "He knows you, though."
Yeah,
it's off. We're done.
We're done. Yeah, Miguel's like, "Oh, come on." And Dexter's like, "Are you fucking serious? Come on." Like, no. You're skulking around looking like the Unabomber, and everybody still recognizes you. There is no way this is happening. And anyway, apparently, Fleeter has killed somebody in the meantime. Because they couldn't take care of him, so he's killed some. And Dexter's reading about it. And, which they know who it is, because they can tell, because they were looking at his bet book.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. So, in the opening on Dexter, he does a lot of his morning routine. He's cooking up eggs and ham and getting dressed, and he's making coffee in a French press. All right? Which is my preferred method of making my daily coffee.
Yes, it is.
But then they never really show him with the French press again. He has a coffee maker, like a regular Mr. Coffee or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, but here he is in this scene with a mocha pot. When did that mocha pot, have we ever seen it before or since? I don't think so. Keep your eyes open for that mocha pot, because I don't think it ever comes back.
And if you do see it, let us know.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think mocha pots are fine. I think they're better than drip machines, but I don't know.
I wonder if it was Deb's.
Deb is not drinking out of a mocha pot. She doesn't give a shit.
Man, stop abusing Deb. Give her a break.
I mean, I'm just saying. You know, people that are like, I just want caffeine aren't generally people are like, yes, I'm going to engage in the patience that it takes to make a cup of coffee with a mocha pot. You know what I mean? Anyway.
I think you need to give Deb a little slack.
Deb's going to be fine. For now. Anyway. So, speaking of Deb, she and Dexter go out wedding band shopping.
Yes, they do.
She's like, well, I don't know anything about wedding bands except that they should match the engagement ring. He's like, oh, well, there's no engagement ring. She's like, what the fuck, Dexter?
Rita didn't want one.
She's like, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Like, do you not know anything about women?
She wanted
one. So he ends up, he's going to get her an engagement ring. But Deb now believes... So Anton has just, like, disappeared. She was supposed to meet him for breakfast that morning. He never showed up. And she thinks that because she told him, like, you're free, you don't have to be a CI anymore. He's like, okay, well, then I don't need to...
ditched her.
Ditched her. I don't need to deal with you anymore then either, right? Bye, everybody.
Later.
Bye. Yeah. She's waiting for Anton again at some point. And this thing, it looks like a junket goes by. It was so random. There was a lot of random things in this episode. This random junket and then this mocha pot. I don't understand. But Quinn pulls up, so they're going to bring in this Mario guy. We find out about the real deal with Yuki, right? So Yuki and Quinn were not getting it on, right? So Yuki was Quinn's partner in narcotics. And
It was a three-way.
It was not a three-way.
There was a third partner.
Oh, there was a third partner. Okay. Yes, okay. There was three. I was very confused for a moment. Did I miss a scene? What's happening? So there was it was Yuki, Quinn, and this guy Stuart, and Stuart got shot, and the guy had a meth addiction. Crystal meth, Deb, that's a real problem, not the weed and the Cheerios. Okay. But Quinn was protecting him. I guess Quinn's at fault for this guy getting shot.
Yeah.
That's what the whole story is.
Because if Quinn had gone in instead of this other guy,
right,
he thinks it could have gone differently.
I mean, maybe, who knows? They go to pick up Mario. Mario makes a run for it, which, of course makes him look not guilty at all.
Of course.
But I don't, I feel like, though, people say, well, you ran from the cops, you must be guilty. I'm like, no, you just don't want to go to jail, because even if you're not guilty, you're going to have to go sit in the police station, and in best case scenario, you're going to be there for a few hours before they let you go.
Best case.
Best case, yeah. Worst case, you're going to be held over and you'll be in jail for months going through trial for something you didn't do. I don't know. Anyway, Angel is leaving this really awkward message on Gianna's answering machine.
That was so funny.
I am once again apologizing.
I'm so apologetic.
I am heartily sorry for all my sins.
Any way that you might want this made up to you, I will do.
Like, sir, come on, man. And later she shows up. She's like, yeah, I was laughing at your message all day. Like, I was just like...
Yeah, I listened to it a couple dozen times to get my laughs off.
So Dexter, Dexter now's gone, we're not going to do this Fleeter thing at all. The whole thing has been jinxed now. And this is where, so Miguel kind of tips his hand a little bit here. We can already see all the stuff that Dexter's not seeing, but he kind of is like, kind of wiggling Dexter. He's like, hey, Freebo, I don't think Freebo was your first kill. And he's like asking him how many. Miguel starts talking about when he pushed his fathers down the stairs, and because Dexter started talking about the darkness inside of him and all that, and Miguel like, oh, well, when I pushed
I understand the darkness.
I understand the darkness, but he relates it to this thing where he pushed his father down the stairs and he felt powerful and all that. I'm like, there's more to it than that.
Oh, yeah.
But again, we have like this Dexter with this weird inability to say no to used cars and things like, he just can't.
He just can't say no.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't see when people are leading him astray.
It's just so interesting, the things he picks up and the things he doesn't.
Yes.
I know he really wants a friend, but like he also does not want to go to jail, so you'd think he'd kind of see
which one's better.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're interrogating Mario. They've called immigration. They're basically like, hey, look.
We called immigration. They're coming.
And I'm like, okay, you've called immigration. They're coming no matter what. Why should he say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't clear on this. I don't think they really called immigration, because otherwise that Mario would not be an issue after this episode. But
yeah.
So they start talking. They're telling him that Mr. King, George King, has thrown him under the bus. And it becomes very obvious very quickly that Mario is terrified of King. Like, whatever King said about Mario was probably actually about himself.
Yeah.
So they pull out a bolo on King. So now they're like, oh, it's not this Mario guy, it's King. Now, okay, well, this is where Gianna's making fun of Angel.
Yeah.
Deb is still looking for Anton. She goes to his club. She's been trying to call him. She goes to his club. He had a gig that night. They canceled the gig because he never showed up. So he's like, now she's starting to be like, okay, this is more than just him blowing me off. Yeah. And Miguel has brought Dexter around to like, let's go ahead and take care of Fleeter. Dexter lets Miguel do the kill.
Yeah.
it's okay. A couple things. So Dexter does the cleanup by himself, which is probably smart because then it's like Miguel at least won't have that on him. Then will definitely realize he's the Bay Harbor butcher and all that.
Yeah.
And Miguel tries to take Fleeter's ring, and Dexter's like, "No, I went through this with my father. We are not. Do not.
You do not take trophies."
Yeah. I don't know. Miguel's talking about how good he feels. Like he feels great afterwards. I don't know how much I like this particular scene. I don't know how much I like it. I don't know that I like it. Something about it doesn't quite work for me.
Yeah.
Again, I think part of it is at least like it's very obvious with Miguel that this is he's enjoying it in a way that is different because Dexter always talks about killing people. It's not like, I mean, he always talks about it in the sense of like there's like this chaos inside of him. And it's like the killing is the only thing that makes the chaos stop.
Yes.
This is something different that's driving him.
Yeah.
So but Dexter doesn't see it. I don't know if he sees it here. I don't know if he sees it until like a little bit later. Maybe he's starting to see it, but it doesn't feel like it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what bothers me about this scene.
Maybe.
What, does this scene bother you, or are you fine with the scene?
I had a problem with the kill scene.
Okay, what was your problem with it?
It just... Dexter doesn't give up control like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know. I don't know if that's what... It's just something about the scene just does not work for me.
Yeah.
We got that information out, but the scene just didn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
Deb is still looking for Anton. She goes down... Now she's worried because she goes to his apartment. Door's open. His guitar is still plugged in. The amp is still on. I hate this. Okay, so this scene is fine. So she goes in. We can tell what's happened. It was not a planned departure, right? And we go out. We've already had her noticing palm fronds. That's how she put together that it's a tree trimmer. She goes out there and she realizes out there by his apartment the trees have been trimmed.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We all know what's going on now. But she said, now this is not even the worst example of this in the season. She says, the Skinner's been here. Oh, really? Oh my God. Here I am complaining about the subtleties of the kill scene didn't quite, click with me. We go right into audience. Hey, audience, see those palm fronds and the tree? That means the Skinner has gotten Anton. Didn't anybody say... Do we not trust our own writing that we set all this stuff up? It was very clear what's going on. Like, nobody trusts the audience even a little bit.
Nobody trusts the audience.
Jesus, it was terrible. Nope. And like I said, it's funny because this is not even the most egregious example of this. But anyway, Dexter is cleaning up the crime. Dexter's cleaning up the kill room while Harry is playing slot machines. And, Harry's like, well, I hope you know what you're doing, son.
You're on your own now.
You're on your own. Okay, so he goes out. He gets all cleaned up. He goes over to Rita's. She's giving him dirty looks. And then he whips out the engagement ring. And all is... She's like, oh, Dexter. Yeah. But that's not our final scene. Our final scene is Miguel knocking on Ellen Wolf's door. And this is a weird one. She kind of opens the door. And I thought she would have been like, open the door and be like, what the fuck are you doing here? But she doesn't. She just kind of opens it. And then she kind of like smiles at first. And then she kind of looks scared.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting display of like several emotions across her face in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. It was odd.
Yeah, it was just weird the way they did that. But it's a fine episode. A couple things happened that I thought could have been better. But it's still, like I said, this season does have a few missteps. We just had one of them. The Skinner's been here. So, we just had one. But I don't think it overall does not take away from the season in its entirety. So,
I like seeing Miguel get his hands dirty.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the thought of, well, if he tries to go against Dexter, Dexter's got something on him now.
That he thinks
Miguel
he does.
has never seen Dexter actually kill anybody.
Right. I mean, that's one thing.
So.
I mean, Dexter, and that way Dexter's been smart. Now, not because he's necessarily smart, but just because he was being kind of greedy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, with the not letting Miguel see him do the cleanup, that was smart. But,
Yeah. Yeah, that was really smart. He was thinking at that point. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think like here, like the wheels are starting to turn a little bit. It's just that it took so much for them to even start to kind of creak into position. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like, yeah, I'm just going to stop and think, like, how did this guy get away from it for so long? And he's just so bad at, like, the most obvious reading of people, you know?
He's just never had to.
But
really.
he sniffs out, like, other serial killers, you know, all the time. He does it all the time. We see him doing it all the time, but he gets a spidey sense about people.
Yeah.
Except when it actually fucking matters, you know?
He doesn't have any kind of sense of what a friend is supposed to be like and how you're supposed to be with a friend. So, it makes sense that he doesn't see and hear what Miguel's saying, like he doesn't get that. But he's a serial killer himself, so I think that's why he's got his spidey sense about it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I was going to say we see stuff about Miguel that he doesn't, but he gets to see a lot of Miguel, you know.
Yeah.
And being a pretty classic narcissist, I mean, that's pretty much what Miguel is, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so I don't have a lot else to say about this one.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So until next week, we'll talk about episode 9. That's gonna be it for us. You can also join us on Mondays for the next episode of Deconstructing the Dark Passenger. Join us on Wednesdays for the Final Assessment, which is our podcast about the show Evil. And join us on Fridays for Outside Food and Drink, which is our movie podcast. And until next week, until next Monday, when we'll be talking about episode 9.
Later.
Later.